everyone, and welcome to Lesson 28. In Lesson 28, we're going to cover a lot of details, including improper fractions, mixed numbers, and decimal numbers, and then how to convert from one type to another type. So first of all, let's go ahead and review basic fractions. If you see this fraction, 2/3, it means that there are 3 pieces of something. Let's work with candy bars today. So let's say this candy bar is divided into 3 pieces, and you get to have 2/3, 2 of those pieces. So that's what that fraction would look like in picture form. So that's a regular fraction, but now let's learn about improper fractions. So let's say you had 10/3. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you're still working with candy bars divided into 3 pieces, but instead of only having 2 of those pieces, you actually have 10 pieces. So let me quickly, or try to quickly, this may not be a very good drawing, but let me quickly draw several candy bars. So we have all these candy bars divided into 3 pieces, and now instead of only 2, you get to have 10 of those pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how many pieces you would get. Now let's go ahead and convert this improper fraction that we just learned about. Let's convert that to a mixed number. And what does a mixed number mean? A mixed number means that you have whole numbers in addition to a fraction. So look at this picture right here. How many whole candy bars do we have? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3. So you get 3 whole candy bars. So I'm going to write a big 3. Now, is that all the candy bar that you have, or are there some other pieces that you have as well? Well, there's also this candy bar where you get 1 of the 3 pieces. So another way of writing 10/3 is 3 1/3, meaning that instead of having 10/3 or 10 of those little pieces, you would have 3 whole candy bars as well as 1 of those smaller pieces. So I hope that makes sense, how to convert from an improper fraction. Let me write that out. To a mixed number. Now let me quickly teach you how to go the other way around. How do you go from a mixed number to an improper fraction? For example, let's say you had 5 1/6. So that's a mixed number because we have whole numbers as well as a fraction. How would you convert from that to some sort of improper fraction? Well, thankfully, it's super easy. What you do is you take the denominator, multiply that by your whole number, and then add your numerator. So let's go ahead and walk through that step by step. Take our denominator, 6, multiply that by the whole number, which is 30, and then add the numerator. So 30 plus 1. What do you get? Well, you get 31. So you put that in on top of your fraction bar, and then you borrow the denominator from your original number. So we put a 6 on the bottom. So 5 1/6 is the same thing as 31/6. I personally think it's much easier to read mixed numbers than to read improper fractions, but there might be a time where you need to convert from a mixed number to an improper fraction. And again, to do that, you take the denominator, multiply it by the whole number, and then add the 1. So it's kind of like a little path like this. 6 times 5 plus 1. You write that answer here, and then you copy the denominator. All right, so that's how to convert from an improper fraction to a mixed number, and then a mixed number to an improper fraction. The last thing we need to cover is how to convert these into decimals. So let's go ahead and do that. We can use the same examples here. So let's use 10/3. And we need to convert that into a decimal. Well, the important thing to remember is that when you say 10/3, in algebra, that actually means 10 divided by 3. So go ahead and work that out. 10 divided by 3. 3 times 9, or 3 times 3 is 9. Ooh, you know what? I think we're going to have a repeating number because we keep getting 3s. So 10 divided by 3, or 10/3 equals 3.3, and that 3 is a repeating number. So that's all you do, is you set it up as a division problem. Now let's see if there's anything else we need to cover. Oh yes. And when you need, now let's say you want to convert a decimal to a mixed number. Or a decimal to an improper fraction. So let's say that you have 4.7. Well, all you do is you actually say this number out loud. So you say 4 and 7 tenths, right? Because this is in the tenths column. So that's actually very easy to convert from a decimal to a mixed number. So what did we learn today? We learned how to convert decimals to a mixed number. We learned how to convert improper fractions. I'm just going to shorten that to a decimal. And then we also learned how to convert improper fractions to mixed numbers and mixed numbers to improper fractions. So hopefully with time it becomes really easy to convert from these different ways of representing the same number. But if you ever get confused, let me know, or you can refer back to this lesson. So again, today we learned a lot about improper fractions, mixed numbers, and decimals, and then how you convert from one to the other, because different problems will require you, or it'll be easier to work with these numbers in a different form. So it's good to know how to convert from one form to another.